Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. As you know, Bellhousing has arrived for the TKO 600. The 204R is out of the sidecar. And today, we're gonna start the process of getting the whole thing put back in there. So, I've taken a jack and put it up underneath oil pan down there, just to keep some of the weight off of the engine mounts. Because I'd hate to have those fail when I'm sitting underneath there taking that flywheel apart. If I was taking that flywheel off and this engine came down on top of me, I would not be a happy camper. Alright, here's a little closer look at the transmission damage that was sustained when I removed it. This is the chunk that came flying out of there. And it looks like it was clearly my fault, but it fits back in there very well. I'm thinking, you know, little JB Weld, you probably won't even be able to tell this thing was ever broken, you know. It's looking like it was struck right there. And when it clocked that little spot right there, it knocked that back out. And I think it probably struck on the flywheel, one of the bolts in there probably. One thing I hadn't considered was transporting the transmission, because it's kind of in the way right now. And I used to have a skateboard, put big heavy stuff on and roll around, but I think I left the last skateboard I had in California. But either way, I'm trying to take this transmission and maybe see if I can slide it up on this creeper with my legs, not my back. So far off to a bad start. Actually, it's heavy, but it's not as heavy as I remember. Okay, well, transmission fluid's just gonna get everywhere. That's gonna be a thing, so. Oh man, that thing's heavy. Oh, that's good enough. It'll roll like that. Oh no. No. Well, the torque converter came off, made a little bit of a mess. No big deal. But I have a sneaky suspicion I'm not going to see this transmission again for a while. So we're going to head on over to the barn and introduce you to another vehicle that I've got. This is my John Deere 1023E. And this is my 120R loader for the 1023E. So we're going to get in the tractor. I'm going to hook that loader up. I'm going to go pick up the transmission and put it in the barn. Man, that's country. I hate to bug you while you're eating, but can I borrow some kitty litter? Thanks. So, we've already removed the drive shaft, taken the transmission out. We're going to remove the flex plate, and we're going to dial indicate the bell housing. That's what's going on for today, so let's get started. Okay, these got to be 5/8 or 9/16. Looks like grade 8 bolts with lock washers. I'm going to need something to hold this steady. With all the spark plugs out of it, I think it would turn easier than that. Well, maybe not. That's alright, I guess. Oh, I gotta find some way to pin this thing. Well, that's some good news. I don't see hardly any oil. It doesn't look bad at all, so the rear main's good, as far as I can tell. Let's hang this motor plate up here. What? Oh, maybe I got this upside down. Let's hope so. Ah, yes, that looks much better. There we go. All right, so I went and picked up a dial indicator and a magnetic base. I never used one of these before, but I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to check it out here and sort of set it up with the inside of this down in the box here. I'm thinking I'm probably going to mount this before and then just put the bell housing on after, and then dial indicate it and see how that goes. I've never done this before, so I don't feel qualified to teach y'all how to do it. There's some videos on YouTube, and I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials on the internet how to do it, but I'm gonna get started on that right now. All right, so this bell housing would not fit under here with me, so I had to slide it in under first. So I'm gonna put this thing up here so I can dial indicate it. I've already got the magnetic base on there. Oh man. Okay, that feels like it's in there. Oh. Alright, I got this thing bolted up and zeroed out. I'm gonna go try to spin the motor over, see what it looks like. Alright, so after spinning it, a quarter of the way, it looks like it's off 1/1000th in that direction. So now we're gonna go spin it over to 180 degrees, see what it looks like. Whew, man, still at 1/1000th right there. Let's go spin it the rest of the way, see what we got. So doing this myself, it's not quite all the way to zero here, but according to the dial, it didn't vary more than 1.5 all the way around, so I'm pretty sure that this puppy from the factory is all good. So the bell housing is within spec. Before I take it off again though, I'd like to take this line, see if it's long enough to get down into the bell housing. I think it should be, but we're gonna put it in there and see it. And it looks like it's gonna be perfect length. It should have plenty of room to get down over there into the bell housing, so. I wanted to check that in case I had to get a longer one, but this one looks like it's gonna be the perfect length. Okay, the flex plate is out, and dial indicated the bell housing, and it looks to be good all the way around. It was only about 1.5 thousandths around the whole circumference, so I think it's gonna be okay. But those are done, so check that off the list. Next up, we're gonna be doing the pilot bearing. Rear main seal looks okay. And then we're gonna install the motor plate and the flywheel and the clutch. So that's gonna be the next step. So that's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next up, like I said, is gonna be the flywheel, pilot bearing, and the clutch. Those are gonna get installed. That video should be coming out very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.